Hi there. In the last video, I talked about how GitHub improved its performance and reliability by introducing Kafka into their architecture. Now you can watch that video. I'll put that in the description link. So one of the biggest change in that particular GitHub project was using Kafka. It was the main component that actually simplified that particular problem. Now you might be wondering what Kafka is, or you would have heard about it and you are not sure exactly what it is. So I'll use this video to explain a little bit about what Kafka is. Let me start with an analogy. Consider the old times when you had TV broadcast that would happen. You had specific times where you would watch your favorite show in during the week. And if suppose during that particular time you have some other work or something comes up and you miss that show, you can never watch it again. Now this is very different from the current world where we are living. We have Netflix and other streaming services. So it doesn't matter at what time the show gets aired. We can always go back and watch it. The replay is like at the click of the button. So Kafka does something similar in the microservices world. In the microservices world, we have different microservices interacting with each other at different points of time. And there could be scenarios where one microservice might go down. And this is where Kafka helps in ensuring your system remains eventually consistent and robust. Let me show you with an example. So in this example, we have three services. We have order service, payment service, and stock service. Order service talks all about orders. Payment service really talks only related to payment. And you have stock service, which checks in the inventory and updates the inventory and so on and so forth. And you have a database. Orders service accepts an order and it goes into a database in order submitted state. Payment service will check the order in submitted state. Then it will verify the payments and the other processing stuff. And the stock service, when if the order is submitted, it'll go and check whether they have the enough stock or inventory for that particular product. Now this works well in a normal sunny day scenario. But what happens if stock service go down for some reason? And then in that scenario, an order comes in, the payment service will listen saying its order has been submitted, it will go and validate it, and then it will send back a status saying payment verified. Now when the stock service comes online, it looks up the order and sees payment verified. So it would assume that the stock inventory has been already checked for it, and it will just ignore the stock check on that particular order. Now this creates a discrepancy in the system, and there is no way for the stock service to know, that the order was submitted and it had not done that mandatory check whether the inventory was there or not. Now you can obviously solve this problem by checking, you put an if condition which says, check if the order service is in submitted state or if it is in payment verified state, and then the problem will be gone and it will be resolved. But the problem is like this just two services. Now as your system scale, there will be more and more services comes in, and then that querying on that event becomes more and more complicated. You have to go on adding more and more things. But what you actually really wanted was you just wanted that whenever an order gets submitted, you want to do two things. You want to check the payment verification and you also want to check the stock, whether the stock is there or not. So this is where now Kafka comes in picture. So I'll just go. So this is now with Kafka. Now the fundamental difference here is that order service, instead of updating the status of an order, it is just going and saying that a event has happened, so order has come in. And payment service and stock service, they are all listening to that particular event. So whenever the event comes in, both of these services will look at that event and it would do their own thing. Like payment service will go and verify the payment, stock service will go and check whether the stock is there or not, and that's good. So this is again same sunny day scenario, no change. But what happens if stock service goes down? Now, when the stock service goes down, your payment service is going to take that event and it will generate another event saying that payment has been verified. Now, when the stock service comes into the Kafka and checks, it will not see one event of payment verified. It will see two events. One event will be stock, the order has been accepted, and the second event it will see payment verified. So it will know, it will replay from the point it had lost connectivity. That Kafka will store all the events that are coming in an ordered state, so that any consumer, like stock service is a consumer, payment service is a consumer, they go down, they will be able to see all the events from the point they did not receive a message. That is what Kafka does. It stores the log. It stores the point until when a particular service has consumed the messages. So what that means is that both of your service becomes consistent. Like if payment service goes down, payment service can come back maybe after 2 hours and then again process all the messages that it has missed. This is similar to your current streaming services that you have. Maybe you were away at 9 p.m. when a particular event was supposed to happen, but you can still come back at 11 p.m. and do that, and you can go through all the events that has happened since 9 p.m. and that is what Kafka helps you to do this. Now, there are a lot of things that you can learn in Kafka, and there is a lot of complexities and details under it. But I'm not going to cover all of that in this particular thing. If you really want an information on that Kafka, just DM me and I'll come back to you on that one. Otherwise, if you like this content or like this analogy, let me know how in the comments or by pressing the like button. Thank you. Bye.